My name is David S. Hong. I am a professor and deputy chair in the Department of Investigational Cancer Therapeutics and associate vice president of clinical research here at MD Anderson Cancer Center in Houston, Texas. On behalf of NTRK Connect, I'm going to present my thoughts on three key abstracts in the previous ASCO 2022 concerning NTRK. The first abstract is by Dr. Alex Drilon, and that is the long-term efficacy and safety of larotrectinib in a pooled analysis of patients with NTRK fusion cancers. The second abstract is an updated analysis of efficacy and safety of entrectinib in patients with locally advanced metastatic NTRK fusion positive solid tumors, and that was by Dr. Mary Krasowski. And lastly, the third abstract is the safety and pharmacokinetics and clinical efficacy of ICP-723, a highly selective next-generation pan-TRK inhibitor in patients with solid tumor from Dr. Jiali Wei. The reason I chose these three abstracts really kind of highlights the activity of these molecules, particularly both larotrectinib and entrectinib. And both with larotrectinib and entrectinib, we see that after even several years, that the efficacy remains still really profound in patients with NTRK fusion cancers, both with larotrectinib and entrectinib. I would argue, though, that larotrectinib, there seems to be a higher efficacy rate and overall longer follow-up, but both molecules show high activity in patients with NTRK fusion. This is really highlighted by another abstract that was featured in ASCO 2022 by Dr. Bokemeyer that looked at patients who received larotrectinib in kind of a silicon or a computational analysis with real-world data from a Flatiron database showing that indeed patients with larotrectinib in a match-to-match comparison with similar patients showed significant overall survival and a lower risk of death over a similar period of time. My last poster I want to feature is this abstract by Dr. Jiali Wei, looking at really the second generation of TRK inhibitors. There are now several TRK inhibitors, second generation TRK inhibitors in the clinic in clinical trials. Repotrectinib, Pyramid Biotherapy also has a TRK inhibitor ongoing. And this TRK inhibitor targets one of the most common mutations that we do see in patients with larotrectinib and entrectinib resistance, the solvent front mutations. And what Dr. Wade showed in these patients with NTRK, that indeed there were responses, close to 67% responses in these patients with NTRK fusion. Thank you again for taking your time to listen to my review. You can download these slides from the website. And again, thanks again for listening.